Here we go. We are live. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, everybody. Whether it's afternoon or evening, where you are watching from, I welcome you to this platform. Today is the maiden broadcast of Walking the Talk. As I have published severally on my page, I have today with me Deborah. Deborah is from Mexico. Well, she is tuning in from Mexico. She's originally from Canada, and she is an accountant by profession. And I have Dapi. Dapi is a business consultant and a business advisor by profession, and she is tuning in from Netherlands. I have Uzo. Uzo is a lawyer by profession and is tuning in from Canada. I also have one member of this group that is going to join us in a couple of minutes, and I will introduce her when she comes in. So today, it's not going to be the usual question and answer session that we are all used to. This is going to be a conversation, a relaxed conversation between us on this stage. And I want you to have your papers, your pen, your questions ready if there's anything you need to know other than what we have said on this platform. So, ladies, I have here a collection of the most beautiful ladies you can think of and very successful digital owners in this community, believe me. So, I have had so many strategies that you leaders give out to us on how to run our businesses to be successful. And I'm wondering, are they telling us what we want to hear, or are they working what they are talking? So I decided that I am going to bring people on this platform, especially those who have been tested and are very successful, so that they can share their talks and how they have been working these talks to succeed in their business. One of the most common thing I've heard you people say is step out of your comfort zone. A lot of us don't even know how to step out of our comfort zone. What does this thing mean, stepping out of your comfort zone? Because I know a lot of people who have not stepped out of their comfort zone and they've been in this business long enough to have done that. And some of them say they don't even know how to do it. So I want you to tell us what stepping out of this comfort zone is and how you stepped out of your comfort zone. What was your comfort zone? How did you step out of it? And how did it help you? Any one of you can come in.
I'll answer that.
Happy, you're upside down.
Oh, she's gone. Stepping out of your comfort zone, to me, is, I live by the faith, not fear, motto all the time, faith, not fear. And I think that stepping out of your comfort zone is doing anything that just doesn't quite feel right to you. Like, for me to do a go live when I first started in the business, I did not want to do go lives. Being an accountant, I did not want to tell people how much money I made. I did not want to try to force people to do things. Like, I had a lot of coming out of my comfort zone to do because I did not want to get on a camera and put myself out there in public. I was the type of person that used to put the tape over the camera on my computer, thinking, that somebody could see me. And I really didn't want to do that. So when I started getting a little bit of faith, believing in myself, believing in our business, believing in what we were doing, I started coming out of my comfort zone a little bit. I was getting rid of my fear and changing it for faith. Faith that I could do this. Faith that, doing a go live, putting my face out there in public, I can do this. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. So I think coming out of your comfort zone is doing anything that you really feel uncomfortable doing. And I don't mean doing things uncomfortable that feel like they're wrong, not that type, because if you have a feeling something is wrong, don't do it. But if you just have a feeling because, I don't want to do it, I don't feel comfortable do it, I don't want to get my face out there, that is coming out of your comfort zone. Doing things like that is coming, to me, that's what it's coming out of your comfort zone.
Thank you, Deborah.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Deborah. Okay, I'll go next. So, coming out of your comfort zone, like Deborah said, is doing something that you ordinarily would not feel comfortable to do.
Yes.
But I give it another layer. I think about it like this. How would I like to live the rest of my life without having done this? Because first of all, when you get to the point where you're thinking, how can I come out of my comfort zone to do this? It means that this thing has seriously registered to you, registered to your brain, and you're thinking about how to do it, but you just don't have the nerve or the boldness to go ahead to do it. But then if you sit back and think, and every day you are not comfortable continuing in the path that you are, and you need to do something to change it, I feel like knowing that the alternative is that you're going to go to your end, go to your grave without doing this, and the chance will be lost forever. That should be strong enough to give you reason to get up and say, I've got to do it, because if I don't do it, I'll keep thinking about it and I'll never do it. So I just have to do it. There is no way I can get into Ifoma's body or Deborah's body or anybody else's body to do this thing. So I have to do this thing. So I think this is a mindset that we should try to cultivate.
Exactly.
Thank you, Uzo. Before we continue, I want to welcome Iwana. Iwana is here with us.
Hi.
My audience, Iwana is from Canada, and she is a customer service professional. And she's one of the members here today to have this wonderful conversation with us. So Iwana, we are talking about what stepping out of your comfort zone means, what your comfort zone was, and how you stepped out of it, and how much it has helped in your business. So between you and Dapi, anyone can jump in.
Yeah, I
I'm kind
will.
of lost here. So Ilona, you go ahead.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy and excited to be here. I apologize that I was a little bit late. Yeah, so stepping outside of my comfort zone. Oh, there are so many things that we do. Think like when I decided to start my own business, I had no idea and no experience in the online space. The only thing that I knew was to connect with people from back home, because I'm originally from Romania, and use the online space just by connecting with people. So I didn't know that actually I'm able to build a business using the online space. So for me, stepping outside of my comfort zone was researching as much as I can about the complexity that the online space has. So it was something that I had to work with myself, because when you to do something right, and then someone is coming and they tell you, no, you can do this in another way, you don't feel like doing it right away. You just stop yourself. You put like a wall in front of you, and I think that a lot of people, they are afraid to just break that wall of being afraid of something that can change their future, something that can change their life. So yeah, my comfort zone was being comfortable by going to a 9 to 5 job. That was a comfort zone for me. And it took me 2 years and a half until I realized that it's much better for me not to do that anymore, because I built a business that is allow me to do and to be home with my kids, and allows me to enjoy life on my terms and have control over my time. But the comfort zone that we are all taught in our life by the society, by our parents. You are born, you go to school, get a degree, you're the highest schools that you can, and then you get a good job, and then you get married. After you get married, you buy a house, and then you have kids, because you need everything else to be in order for you to be able to have kids. And then you just go to work and come back home. So we have like a schedule of our life that society created for us. So it's really hard when you know that some money are coming into your account every single month because you go to work and you come back home. It's a comfort zone. So you don't want to get rid of that, because if you do it, what if? So we always have that what if this will not gonna work, what I'm gonna do. But there are so many options that people are not aware. What if this will not gonna work and I will, you can do something else. You don't even have to think about what if. And yeah, that was a challenge for me to train my mind and to switch my mind from a person who's working for someone else for someone who's working for myself. And it's a very, very difficult switch, because it's so easy, guys, to go to work and come back home and trade your time for money. But the money that you are getting are so limited. They are limited. You don't have the sky the limit. You just have that amount of money that someone believed that you are worth it. And yeah, when you realize that it's more to life than just a paycheck, and you keep your dreams very close to you and you have that vision board in front of you, that's the time when you actually can do that switch in your mind, and you can do more with yourself that you can believe you can. But you need people around you that have success and that can mentor you and that can help you achieve the goals that you have in mind. And in our community, we actually have absolutely incredible leaders, and um, stepping on their footprints. It's incredible. It's a good feeling. But all the people who are watching right now, I was, and all of us, we were in exactly the same situation and the same position that you are right now. We were thinking about doing something. We didn't know what we want to do, but we took the first step, and then another one, and then another one. And if I wouldn't do it like 3 years ago when I started this business, I wouldn't be here and share my experience with you.
Thank you, Ioana. I want to ask you one question before the P comes in. You did mention that one of your comfort zone was your 9 to 5 job, leaving your 9 to 5 job for this business. How did you eventually step out of it? Did you just wake up one morning and say, I've had enough of this. I want to step out. I want to keep this job, quit this job and do the business. How did you arrive at,
So I actually realized that the time that I'm spending and doing my 9 to 5 job, I was just working part-time at that time. I was working 3 days a week. But I realized that the 3 days a week is taking me so much time from my business that is much more important to grow for myself than just being in front of my computer and do my 9 to 5 job. And the pay, the amount of money that I was earning in my business was much bigger than the money that I was earning like in my 3 days of working in my job. So it makes sense to me when I realize that I'm just doing this because I am in my comfort zone and I don't want to let it go. So I had to decide for myself, do I really want to let something that is keeping me safe, I let that go because it's keeping me safe? Because I was working at the federal government. So it's not easy to find a job in the federal government. And also people are telling you that you're crazy because you left something so good with a good pay. What is a good pay for you? You have to ask yourself how much money I would give to myself for the work that I'm doing right now. is this, comparable with the amount of money that the person that I'm working for is giving me, or I can do better for myself. So that was the moment when my mind was like, okay, I'm done. And you know what? From the moment that I decided enough is enough for myself, actually, my husband, who was a very skeptical husband, decided to do the same with me. So we took that leap of faith that Deborah is always talking about, and we did it together. So we are all in or we are all out. Because and I'm not saying for anyone to do it, because you can just go bankrupt. But for us, it was a decision like, I want you to be next to me in this journey because I need your support. I need you to be here with me and I need your support. I don't want you to go to work. I want you to
And I'm
be
sure it was a gradual thing. He didn't just jump into it. He saw the results before he
Yeah.
decided to.
exactly. Yes, he saw the results. He jumped into it just because he was like, okay, I'm fine not to go to work anymore. Okay, that's amazing, and we can just spend the time together, and we have a good story. November 1st, 2021, we decided to just work for ourselves and not listen to anyone else. And now
Congratulations.
we are
Congratulations.
living the life that everyone is dreaming of, but no one has the courage to do it. We are immigrants. We came from Romania. We have zero when we came here, but we build ourselves. We worked so hard. We worked hard, very hard. But it's not about, you know, it's not about working hard for just for money. It's about yourself. You have one life. We will not going to be here forever. When we realize, when you wake up in the morning and you think about, oh my God, I'm grateful today that I'm awake. I'm grateful that I'm going to have an interview, or I'm grateful that I'm going to have people around me asking me questions, and I'm going to help someone, and I will connect with someone from the other side of the world. And you don't have to think about, oh my God, I have to wake up and go to work. That's the difference.
Yes.
That's the quality of life. So the quality of life is when you are excited about what you do, and you are not upset that you are actually waking up in the morning and you have to do a job that you don't enjoy. I actually enjoyed my job a lot. That's why it was very hard for me. I was talking with people, and I really enjoyed the job that I was doing. That's why it was hard for me to actually not doing it anymore. I had an amazing team of people that I work with. Also, it was hard for me when I work at Starbucks and I had to leave that industry and go into the construction industry, because I wanted a change in my life. But every time when you change something in your life, all your past experiences, they shape you in the person that you are today. So you just build yourself, you build your confidence, you build yourself enough. I my English was not excellent when I came. It's not even now excellent, but I'm not afraid anymore to speak English in front of people, because I don't care what they think. I feel good about the how I want to, what I want to express
I
myself,
love that.
and for them to realize that, okay, she's telling me something good, like it's enough for me, for people to understand my point. And then from that point on, they will not going to judge you anymore. We are so afraid of people judging us. We are so afraid of people like looking at us and point fingers. But it's not about them, it's about you. People will always have something to say. Why you are not married? Oh, I got married. Okay, how many kids you have? I have one. Why you don't have two? I have two. And the third one, I don't want to have a third one. But why? It's always something that people will come and they will point fingers on you. If you work and you have a great job, they will say, oh, you can do better than that. If you start your own business, they will say you are crazy. So if you are happy with who you are, what you do, people that you work. That's what's important, like you have God next to you every single day. We will all of us, we're going to be alone when we're going to die in front of God. Alone. No one else will be next to us.
That's right.
You are happy with how you feel with your soul. If you go to sleep peaceful nighttime, and you wake up with gratitude, and you say, oh, thank you, God, for another day, or like, it's just that's what's important. And then one day maybe you make a change in the life of someone else, and then that's gonna come back to you. So I'm long.
Yeah.
I'm passionate when I start to
Thank you.
talk about why you should get outside of your comfort zone, why you should do more for yourself, because we are not forever, and the past 2 years teach us that we are not in this life forever, and we can lose like friends, and we can lose family, and we can be in a lockdown for so many years actually, and we just have to take advantage of the life that we have. And if our kids are still small, just spend time with them, because they will grow, and then they will not gonna stay with you anymore, and they will point fingers on you, and they will say, you are not there for me, you were always working.
That happened to me, Iona, and after my children graduated and they were all adults and had their own families, I decided one Christmas to get them these books, and I really don't even know where I found them. But I got 6 of them, and they were all about their childhood, what they liked, what they disliked, what they would change, what they wouldn't change, And I said to them, take your time filling these out, because maybe it will help you as being a parent not to do the mistakes that I made. But please don't worry about hurting feelings. This book is to come from your heart, like right in it. If you never want to give it back, that's okay. But I would like to have them back someday, but don't rush. Well, about 3 months later, my youngest daughter gave hers back, and I thought, oh no, this was a mistake. I should never have given these books. She did it too quick. It must be horrible. I just couldn't imagine. But anyways, it was good. It was bad. It was ugly. It was just exactly what the book was supposed to be. And it really touched my heart. The one thing that I will never get over as long as I live is that she said the only thing she would have changed in her childhood is she wished her mother had been home more, because I worked all the time. I will never get that back as long as I live, ever.
Yeah.
But you got it. You
Yes.
younger people have that. Like, what a blessing, right?
And you don't realize what the blessing is until you actually have it.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
even if we do work, like in our online business, we are in front of our computers, we do stuff, but still I'm home. They can come and they can stay with me, they can touch me, I'm here.
Exactly.
They can come to me, they can whine, they can do a puzzle next to me, I can do a puzzle with them, we can draw something together. It's just the fact that I am present.
Exactly.
If you need me, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna let everything right now, and I will just gonna come to you, because you are my why. You are my reason for being here, for doing this. So
yeah, and I think it's something that we all need to reevaluate our lives, even at my age, right? Even at my age, we all need to reevaluate our lives. And what is it that's important to us? I had been laid off my job, so I didn't have, the big savings and the whatever, because I went 2 years without working. And, when I get laid off, I was so confident, I was going to go out the next day and get a job. I really felt that. But when you're over the age of 60, I had to come to the realization it's a downturn of the economy. They don't want older people my age. They want somebody that they're going to bring in, train, and that they can have for 20 years. It doesn't matter how good you know your job or how much experience you have. It's, maybe they had a daughter that needed a job. Maybe they had a best friend's daughter, at that point in life, and what the same right now, people don't always go by your education or what you know. They go by who they can get in. There's so few jobs anymore, right? And we have an answer for so many people's dilemmas in their life right now. You know, is it important? What's important? Is it important to be home with your children? To me, if I had my life to do all over again, you want to bet your bottom dollar I would be home with my children more,
I'm
right?
sure.
Now they're adults, and I've lost that. That I will never, it's something, it's like the word you say. When you say something to somebody, you can never take it back. That is your life. And it's like not being around your children, not being home with your children, not doing what it is that you love to do. If you don't do it now, you'll never do it. Like, and you'll never get that time back. And life is too short, right?
Yes.
Life is too short.
Thank you, ladies. This is a wonderful session. I'm enjoying it. So, Dapi, can we hear what your comfort zone was and how you got out of it?
Wow. Stepping out of my comfort zone was the most challenging part because when I started, I had just lost my child at birth, um, which has traumatized me totally because during the whole pregnancy, I was studying, and after studying, I got a job, and I hid my pregnancy from my boss during the whole entire time. And so for me, I thought, all right, I'm doing it for my kids. You know, I'm sacrificing so much because I need a better job, a better pay. So I forgot about myself, you know. But then when the unthinkable happened, that is when the bottom line was drawn for me. That is when I have realized that actually I was running after the wrong thing, you know, materialistic thing. Um, Again, that is the moment I knew, you know, you don't know what you have until you lost it. You know, I have two oldest, and my third one was the one that I lost, and everything changed at that time. I was devastated. I was mad at that word. I was, you know, I lost confidence in myself, in everything. But then when I saw my, you know, my two oldest, because I was at the hospital for a whole week without seeing nobody, and when I saw them, that is when I realized that I was hurting my kids a lot because during the whole time, the whole 9 months, I was basically, you know, not doing much with them. And, you know, the pregnancy hormone, and I am a single mom. Their dad live, well, not single, but their dad live in France, and I live in the Netherlands. We chose it that way because of his job, and I love it here. Um, but then I thought to myself, this is not a life. I could have just died. And that is the moment that I knew that I need to make a change. But then my English was no good, just like what Ileona said. My English was not good, and I did not know what or even how to go about it. I knew that I needed something that I could do at the comfort of my home, something that will enables me to to now, you know, not only think about myself, care for myself, but then also for my kids. I needed to spend more time with them because I have realized that I was not bonding with them at all, you know, and I was not working full time, just like what Ileona said. I was working only 3 times a week, but I was studying 2 times a week. And so I'm very, very emotional when I think about it. But then um, I knew that I need to make a change. But then what I love about what Uzo say is that, you know, it's all about mindset. You have to be strong. Um, Especially if you are the only one doing everything. Like, you are not allowed to break. Actually, you have to, you have to, you can fall, but you have to pick yourself up at some point. And I did not even heal because I didn't want my kids to see me crying. They didn't understand what happened or what went wrong. I did not either. But then again, I chose to do something different. I told everyone at work that, I need some time, away from everything to think. Um, and so I took about a year, and they granted me that as well. I had a very solid contract, and they allow me to return whenever I feel like returning back to work. And so during the pregnancy, during the, the whole maternity leave thing, I got pregnant again. And I'm like, oh, hallelujah, thank God. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying home until, I safely delivered and all. And during that time, I kept searching online of, something that I could do. And that is when I came across this amazing business. But I was very skeptical. I was very doubtful. But then I took a leap of faith. I do not know what happened. I guess faith happened. I prayed a lot. I got really, really close to God during that time. Like I always like to say, God, I do not pray every day, but when I'm in trouble, you are the only person I turn to, right?
I guess
And
we're all good.
I know, right? And I'm like, God, here I am again. Everything is going wrong. So please fix it. Whatever you have to do, I know you know that I have the strength, but I'm feeling like this is too much. Like I can't handle it. I don't know what the mission or what the purpose is, but whatever it is, please make it right. Give me the strength to overcome all those things. I mean, I do not understand. And so something kept telling me that I needed to reach out to watch the workshop. But then let me tell you something. I did not even understood a thing in the workshop. The only thing I understood that moment was the fact that I could, work from home. I could earn from home, and that the help people, with, from every background. It doesn't require any technical background or whatsoever. And I'm like, okay, let me check it out. And I checked it out. And when I came inside and see all those amazing people in the community, and I thought to myself, I was scared. I won't lie. I was scared of meeting people, of connecting with people, of even talking to people. Because one of my challenge was also, talking in front of camera, allowing myself to discover new things, to meet new people. I was ashamed of myself. I don't know why. When you lost a child, it's a shame. It's a big shame in African community. Well, in my head then, because each time you will see people, telling you, oh, they are sorry, oh, what really happened, and this and that. And at some point, you know, I was done with self-pity and people pitying me and all of those things. And I thought to myself, you know what? This can help me heal. You know, I need to focus on new things. I need to give myself another chance. And I have a brand new baby, which was my why, my strongest weapon, And for me, it was a testimony because I did not even knew that I would get a baby that soon, And so I get some, how do you even say it? Kind of power, in me, strength in me, and I'm like, okay, this is my time to share, to tell other people out there that they can do it as long as they believe in this in themselves. Those strengths, I don't know where they come from. Probably I always say from God, from the word of God, because I couldn't have done it by myself. And so when I decided to fully do this, to step out of my comfort zone, to face my fears, because back then I was weighting, I weighted 30 kilos more because I got two babies on the 1 year. So in 1 year time, two babies. So I was fat. And I told myself, you gotta forget about all that. You have something that other people need. Your strength, your story, Tell people how you have come this far. And Ilona here is also one of my biggest testimony, because when I started, I wanted to quit right away and go back to my comfort zone, where I come from, because it was safer for me. Seeing all those people doing amazingly well, telling myself, how the hell will I cannot come close to these people. Exactly. I don't even speak English. Where will I even start from? I can't even talk in front of camera. And then I called Iona. No, I reached out to her. I saw her amazing, what was it? Um,
A
Mastermind.
mastermind.
And exactly. And then I was at that point, I'm like, you know what, it is not for me. No, I cannot do this. Let me just go back to where I come from. And then I watched her, and the way she was talking, she was actually preaching to me. I reached out to her and I'm like, sis, I need you. I've watched you, and I don't know, somehow I'm discouraged, but not because of the business, but I think I'm not ready for it, or this is not for me. So she's like, oh, why? This and that and that. Okay. I asked her, can we have a Zoom meeting together? Because I need someone to talk to. I was, dealing with other personal issues. I just lost a baby. I got a new one. I don't know how to go about the emotion. Everything was all mixed together. My baby was born prematurely. I was always in the hospital, at the hospital. So in and out, I was not well at all. And Eleona spoke to me and told me, you know what is the rush? You just start. Give yourself time. Do not jump, do not rush. You can do it. I see you doing tremendously well, but then you don't need to expect too much from yourself. Just take it step, step by step, and you will be fine. And she guided me. And that is also one of the things that I want to tell people, is that do not only think that, whatever you are going through, or your crew, the circle that you are from, that is just the best, or you can't found better outside. No, haven't it been this business, I wouldn't have healed. I always say this, this business has not only brought me closer to my kids, has not only helped my personal growth, has not only helped me become financially free, but it has done more than that. I have gained confidence in myself, a confidence that I would have never. I'm now in a better place than I ever was. And my English skills, it has improved.
Very good.
And I have met the most amazing people in this business that I wouldn't have, and each day, every day, you are learning. You are learning, you are growing, you are glowing. And that for me is what success is all about, you see.
Yeah.
So I have come so far. I'm not where I was. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm definitely not where I used to be. And so, again, to tell people out there, we all have a story. We all have our own problems, but those problems um, prepares us for our comeback. If somebody would have told me a year ago, or a little over a year ago, that I will be here sharing this, talking to y'all, about what I've been through, um, or how far I have come in life, I would have said, no, are you kidding me? Are you crazy? No. And today I see myself helping parent, single parent mothers, so it all comes back to taking the right decision, making the right, taking the right step at the right time, jumping on opportunities when you see it, because this was an opportunity that I could have missed,
Yeah.
easily, if I did not grab it. You see, despite the doubt, despite the challenge, I did not give up. So that is for me the most beautiful story, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think I have covered everything. If you allow me, I will talk the whole night.
The
So
whole-
please let me stop here.
You reminded me a lot. Like one of the things that I tell my group, my people, when they come into this business, as in life, we're born as babies. And when we're born, we have no abilities. We have to learn from the day we're born. As soon as we come out, we have to learn how to breathe, right? This business, we started as babies. So we have to learn how to breathe first. Then we learn how to do the goose and the gas. And then we have to learn, that we can roll over. Then we have to learn we can crawl. Then we learn, oh, wow, we can stand up and walk. But we
Exactly.
have to walk a while before we can run. And then we have to run. And then we have to get an education before we can be an adult. And this business is the exact same way. We come in as babies, and it's baby steps until we get to that area. And did a baby learn to do this overnight? No. We're still at our age, just still learning all the time. That's what we do. So, it takes time. And when I came in, I said, I'm giving myself, 5 years to be making a good 5-figure income, and I can survive on that. That's all I want. I want when my bills come in the mail that I can pay for it. I want that, when my property tax comes in, I have the money to pay that. I need that money. If one of my grandchild needs something, can't get it, I want to be able to get that. So, you have goals, but you have to do it in baby steps.
Yeah, and just to be clear, me and Dappy, we didn't know each other from before, so yeah, I wouldn't be here probably without meeting her through this business. And that's the beauty of this business, and we are on completely different continents. I'm in Canada, she's in Netherlands, so it's incredible how this business actually is connecting people from all over the world with different cultures and with different backgrounds. It's incredible how we connect on a level of I need someone to help me in a way that I can grow more and more and more. And you do have the right people. You just need to not to be afraid to reach out to them, because sometimes we are just afraid, oh, what if I'm going back to what if, you see. So we always go back to that. What if this will happen? What if she will not gonna answer? If you don't ask, you don't know if the answer will be yes or no.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
It is. It's such a wonderful thing. I am sitting here and listening to you all, and I feel like we should go on and on and on for the whole day.
And I didn't catch you. I didn't catch you. Look, Aliyah has been sick for a week now, but I'm able to work and then care for her. It is so flexible, so flexible. That you don't need any permission. Like, you get to decide when you want to work, uh, how little or more time you want to put in. And also, yeah, you are present, you are home. They can touch you, they can feel you. And if they are not well, then yeah, everyone stays in bed. What's the big deal? You see? So yeah.
That's awesome.
So let me take
Well
a little
done.
minute to say thank you to those who have joined the conversation. You are free to ask questions if you have any question on what we are discussing. We just want to acknowledge your presence. Thank you. So we are almost running out of time. Can any person tell us one more thing, one more talk that you always talk, that you always tell your either mentees, or you put in your advert, or you post, that has helped you besides stepping out of your comfort zone?
I had something. Well, I could have answered. Well, I will still answer it, but the other ladies have already answered it in different words. But the main thing that I would say is, we want you to know that everything sounds so good when you're listening to us and we're telling you how our experiences have been. But keep in mind, nobody's offering you an overnight success story. It's not an overnight success thing. It's not a get rich quick thing. So I always want people to, when I do a video or if I do an ad or if I'm talking to anyone at all, I want them to know that, don't think that it's something that it's not like you're just going to come in and say, okay, I'm interested in this, I want to be part of it. I put in an investment and then you go to sleep. You have to put in the same effort that everyone else is putting in. And when you put in that effort, you will always see that it's going to yield fruits. Just like Deborah was saying, we don't know how we do it. We come in as babies, we come into the world as babies. And babies don't sit down and start thinking, how do I walk now? You know, a baby just, yeah, so you just automatically do what you're seeing everyone else doing. And that's it. We have a pattern that we follow. So you come in, we always tell you you will have a coach and a mentor. And you don't have just your coach and your mentor. We are over 100,000 people in our community. So you don't have to rely on just the very next person that you know. You can reach out to anyone. We are all from different areas of this community, all of us inside here now. So you can reach out to anyone at any time. Please hold me by the hand. You heard when Daki said that. She reached out to someone else. Hold me by the hand. I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that way. I don't know what to do next. You know, so you see us tell our stories in the community. That's why we always want you to come right inside the community so you can see where people are sharing the stories of their journeys and you can know what to do when you feel like you're faltering. Okay, so it's not a get rich quick thing. There is a pattern, but the thing is for sure it works and it's going to work. You're not going to, a baby doesn't, like I said, sit down and start thinking, how am I going to walk? How am I going to run? They just see other people doing and they do. So when you get up, you're going to stumble and then you pick yourself up and you walk, you know, it's just going to happen. You're going to go from a baby to an adult. That's all that you need to know. Have the faith and take that leap of faith. Take that jump. That's it. And if you can't do it for yourself, do it. See, nobody has the right to be playing small, really. This is a thought that was ringing in my mind this morning. If you can't do it for yourself, do it for other people. Okay? Do it for other people in your family, in your community, people around you, so that you can have more influence, so that you can have more abilities to help other people, so you can have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so don't be selfish. Don't think you're being modest. Sometimes when you're being modest, you're actually being selfish because you're not thinking about how you can help to improve the people around you, people that are in your network, people that you can reach out to. So give yourself the wings to fly and to spread.
Exactly. And you just said it there about children falling. These babies, when they're starting to crawl, they get up in their hands and they fall on their belly. They get up in their hands and they fall on their belly. And yes, sometimes they even cry. But guess what? Nobody has to tell them, baby, try that again. That baby has that. They get up and try it again. And it's the same when they start walking. So, you know, they're getting ahead and they think, oh, wow, I got the crawling done in. I can do it without falling. Now I can stand up. I can stand up. They would fall. They would cry, but they would go back up again, right? We have to start this business and build it as a baby. And we have to have the faith of a child that we can do it. Because if those babies didn't have the faith that they knew they could crawl, or they knew they could stand up, or they knew they could walk, we'd all be serpents going around on our belly on the ground, right? But they have to have the faith and believe in themselves that they can do this. And is it great to have someone say, oh, good baby, great job? Yes. And us as adults want to hear that too. So that's where our people come in. Sometimes they just need to hear, you're doing a great job. You can do it. Wonderful. You're doing the right thing. You're in the right direction. And, you know, it's something that all of us wanted to hear as we start building this business. So when we have new people coming in, we really need to get them to the point that they're a baby starting the business and to go as a baby does. Keep that mind thought. Yes, I can. You know, and I guess maybe I have a lot of that about children because I had 6 kids and I have 18 grandchildren. But, you know, we're like that little train. I think I can, I think I can, I know I can, I know I can, I know I can, right? And we all need to keep that in mind because sometimes when people don't have things happen quickly, and it doesn't matter if it's our type of business or if it's a brick and mortar business or if it's a multi-million-dollar company. I've seen hiccups in them all. I've seen people struggle to get, you know, certain things. But did they quit? No, because they had billions of dollars invested. At that point, there was no such thing as walking away or quitting. They had to do it no matter what, you know. And if they fell down, they got back up. They didn't whine and complain and cry to somebody, oh, I can't do this. No, they did it. They did what they had to do it. And that's what I had to do to build this business because not knowing how to put a picture on Facebook when I started this, I had a lot of struggles. I had to have the faith that I could do it. And I know, thank God for my grandson, he had faith in his old grandmother too, right? That he could help me do these things. But anything we want to learn how to do in life, we can Google it. It's all online now. So we're just the beginning of the future. Us ladies, we're here. We're a gold mine. We're in this pot of gold right now that we have sitting for everybody out there just to reach in and take their share. And we're a part of it. I am so blessed. I thank God every day that He brought me to this business because it changes lives. And
Yeah.
has people struggled? Yes. Do they fall down? Yes. That's what life is all about. But you get back up and you do it again. It's a business. It's not going to run smoothly. Life doesn't run smoothly. As you guys
This
all
business is
know, I
life.
just had my tumble this week. Life happens to people, but you know what? It doesn't stop you. It's just a little speed bump on the road, and there's lots of them here in Mexico. I don't know about you guys, but there's lots of speed bumps on the road. And that's all that is in life, too. We have those speed bumps. So sometimes we just have to slow down and go over them a little slower, right? But
And
we,
also being consistent, that is where a lot of people struggle from. I mean, they start something, and instead of staying put, work
yes,
on whatever they have started. They want something that can generate quick money, get rich quick scam, and they're not consistent. And before you know it, and what I also tell people a lot is that they need to have a very strong desire to change. There
yes,
needs to be hunger. You need to know why your reason of starting a business. If it is money, then that is not good enough. You have to
right,
have another strong reason to start, to have a vision, and
exactly.
be willing, especially to change, to be coachable. I see a lot of people starting something and they don't want to put any effort in it. They think the business will just pick up, for itself, but it does not. Faith needs action in a way. So whatever you do, faith alone will not bring you anywhere. You need to work towards your goal. You need to be plugged in. You know, you you have to be committed. They don't
Yes,
want to be committed. If you do not want to be committed, then don't start a business. As simple as that. You know.
exactly,
So
exactly.
yeah,
I remember an interview that actually Deborah had with Rawan, and Rawan is one of our leaders in the community, and she's actually hosting the webinar tonight. So if you
Oh,
want to
wow.
see Rawan, you can go tonight and you can see her. And she was saying in an interview with you, Deborah, that our business is like a pregnancy.
It
You know,
is.
yeah, so we were talking about babies, but your business is like a pregnancy, a
yeah,
mom, and even a dad being there with the mom when you get pregnant and or your hormones and then you threw up. Why do you really still want to be pregnant? Because you have a goal, you have that why. You're
yeah,
gonna hold that baby in your hands. It's gonna be painful.
yeah,
Oh yes,
yeah,
of
Yes.
course it will be painful.
yeah. That's a good one. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Oh,
so true.
the
So
That
true.
is
goal
a beautiful analogy.
exactly.
it's like it's
Yeah,
a 9 months process for
yeah.
you to be able to
Your
hold it
beautiful baby. Yeah,
in your hand, but
yeah.
you go like
Through the
this.
whole process. Yeah,
Yeah, so you
yeah,
get big, your body starts to change, you look
yeah,
ugly, you don't love yourself anymore, you like your mind is going all over the place, and
yeah,
then your husband just come to you and he just want to say hi and you start to scream,
yeah.
so and for no reason. And that's exactly how a business, that's how your business will be. So
I
you will
love
be
that.
a baby, but your business will be like a pregnancy. So you
Hmm.
always keep in mind the why, like that baby that you're gonna hold for
Yeah,
the first time, and it's gonna warm your heart and you will not gonna
yeah.
feel any pain anymore. It's
Hmm.
just gonna
Yeah.
be the most amazing feeling that you ever had
Yeah,
in your life. And that's the vision that you need to have in front of you
yeah,
every single day so you can get that experience.
yeah,
and that whole 9 months, that woman didn't walk away.
Yes.
That
yeah.
9 months of being pregnant,
No
you
matter
didn't
the
say, I'm
challenges,
not doing this
Yeah,
anymore and walk away. right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
you
was
can
there.
also,
She showed up every day. She
Every
was
day.
there. She
yes,
could
Yeah.
not say, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't think I'll do this today. Right?
Yeah.
And so
That's
right.
right.
It was such a good example.
And
yes.
once you've
So
had the baby,
I
you
really
I
forget
love
invite
about
you
it.
guys
Yep.
to register on any of the websites, and you can just watch Rawan tonight. She's gonna be incredible, and she will have like amazing people like us, sharing their stories. And it's
yeah.
a 90 minutes. It's
Yeah.
if you were here with us for an hour, 90 minutes is not such a long time. Just
No.
enjoy it, because this can change your life, but you will never know if you don't take the first step.
And that 90-minute information session that I watched, which is going to be the same as people's going to watch tonight, just different people talking, was the best investment I have made in my entire life. You invest to your employer, you invest to your husband, you invest to your children, you invest money in banks, you do investments. This 90-minute information session has been the best investment I have ever made. Over and above my children, you can't compete them. But
Yeah.
Did y'all know what made me pay that 149 despite the fact that I did not understood a thing? It
What?
was the 30 days payback, money payback guarantee. That is where
Um,
I knew that, oh, it was a
yeah.
serious something, a legit
Yeah.
something, because which company will, offer money payback guarantee if they didn't know
Sure.
what they are doing and not
Yeah.
sure, right? That they don't care whether you stay or leave, right? So that is
Same
what
with
made
me.
me
Yeah.
pay that money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also because even when you go and buy something from the store, you have that time when you can return it. So if you have the experience of getting into a community with like-minded people, and you're going to see all of us there, and enjoy the that time of learning for yourself. Just learn, grow for a month, and then you can decide for yourself, do I really want to be to surround myself with these people from this community?
That's if you wait for a
Um,
month. I didn't wait for a month. That night I couldn't sleep. I was like, this is it. This is it.
Yeah.
so it's incredible how you can change everything in your life in a heartbeat.
In a
So
second. Yeah.
yeah.
I had someone who refunded, who asked to be refunded on purpose, and then
Just to test it.
later bought back in a week later. And I asked why. May I please know why? Oh, I just wanted to test the system if y'all was telling the truth. And I'm like, really? And now she is a business owner.
I have people that have done that
That
as well too.
she asked for her money back to see if it's going to be given
Yes.
back to her.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. That's nice.
People have their own ways, but
Yeah.
whatever way you take, it's your decision, and you will take it for yourself. So
And also, I think that, their fears are, their concern are legit, because if you see everything that, that happens online, the scam and all. So all of us were, well, for me, I will speak for me. I was also scared at some point, but then I will say to still go ahead and see what we have on the other side of the line of the road, right? Because nothing will happen when you stay in your comfort zone. You will stay and be watching people or life get you by. So take action, take action, take action. That's
Yes.
all I can say.
Talking about legit, I didn't mean to ask any questions anyway, but I'm going to ask Uzo this question based on the fact that her background is law. She's a lawyer. So, Uzo, what is your take on this? You're a lawyer and you're a business owner. What can you say about the legitimacy of this business?
Yeah, I will say that it's perfectly legitimate. And most of us, okay, except for Deborah, the rest of us are immigrants wherever we are. You're in the US, you're in the Netherlands, you're in Canada, we are immigrants. To start with, You don't want the law focusing on you. You don't want to do anything to jeopardize your residency or citizenship wherever you are. And then besides that, I am a lawyer and we have a lot of other people in our community we have policemen, we have naval officers, we have pilots, we have judges, ex-judges. Yesterday I just saw that a judge came in. We have all sorts of people who have a reputation to protect. Nobody is going to want to risk their license or their reputation. And we do this thing, and that's another reason why we come out. We want you to see, I am putting my name and my face to this thing. There is no way I will take that kind of chance if it was something that had any kind of illegitimacy to it. There's no amount of money that you can pay. My husband is also a lawyer and he's practicing, So there is no amount of money that you can pay us to embarrass ourselves like that.
And your children.
My schoolmates
of your children too.
Oh, and I have children, exactly. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's enough for you to know. Look at Deborah. How old is she? She has children she has grandchildren.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to jeopardize, their reputation just because we want to do what.
And I am an immigrant. I'm living in Mexico. I'm a Mexican resident.
Oh, right. That's true. That's true.
So
you're also an immigrant. That's true.
Yeah. And right now is the tax season, and we always pay our taxes from this business. They will send us. They send to us. In Canada, we use a T4. They will send that to you, and you use that to show the government, this is how much I made from this business last year. You're not going to be drawing attention to yourself and be showing the government what you made from something that is illegitimate. What else can I say? So I think that should cover it. When we have even policemen doing the business.
I think you've said it all. I think you've said it all. Ladies, like I said, I want to keep you the whole day if you don't mind, but I'm sure you all have other engagements. So I don't have a choice but to let you go. I am really very happy and excited at the success of this maiden edition or publication of this program. This is the first, and you are the founders of this.
Thank you for having me.
What a privilege.
I have the privilege of having you. Thank you for giving me the privilege of having all of you here at the same time. It looks as if you are talking to me. I'm here listening to all that you are saying, and I think they are talking to me. I'm 5 months old in this business, going to 6. By the end of this month, I'll be 6 months old. And sometimes I feel blank. Actually, Dapi is my mentor and coach. So she has been an amazing coach.
A proud coach at that.
Sometimes I feel very blank and I'm like, what is it? I told her yesterday night that I felt sometimes I feel blank. I don't even know what I should do or what I should not do. And sometimes it all gets together and I'm okay. I continue where I stopped. I can't say if I'm doing well right now or I'm not doing well, but one thing I know.
You are a mentor already, so you are doing well.
Yes.
One thing I know is that I have a destination and I am going to arrive at that destination.
Oh, yes.
Amen. Yes.
Because I have listened to all you have said. Sometimes I see your ads, I see your posts, I read what you post, and they give me so much inspiration that I don't think I will ever stop.
She gave me a really hard time, y'all, real quick. When she joined it, she had so much question. But what I love about her was the fact that she took her time to study the business, to do her own due diligence after all the information I've given her. Like, this is an FBI. I have never seen this. She had everything covered. She took about almost 3 weeks to figure it out. And then she came back to me like, okay, you know what? I have seen this, I have seen that, and I think I've seen enough and heard enough. I'm ready to go. But she, boy, and I'm like, this is what a business. is all about. You should take your time. Don't only take it from me or hear it from me, but I want
Exactly.
you to take your time to go out, do your own due diligence, find things out from yourself, and then come back in fully ready and made
Yes.
up, And I'm just so proud of her. She's doing tremendously well. And I learned a lot from her. We all, like I said, we all have our challenges right now. She's facing challenge as well, but this business is putting a smile on her face. She's putting all her energy in it, and that is also one of the positive side of the business, to take away our problem, and then so just
Yeah.
so you know, I'm really proud of you, really, because you have come far in just such short period of time,
That's great.
Yeah,
That's
you
great.
are
Well
just a
done,
boss babe,
Solomon.
man.
Awesome.
Good job.
Thank you so
I
much.
have been
Thank
I
you
have
so
been
much.
actually waiting to have an interview with our granny Deborah here, but
Yeah, me
what I
too.
knew, she's having her two times. What are you doing?
When I saw her today, I was like, Deborah, I was trying to have you come onto my
Yes,
page.
I wrote her
You
many
just have to
times, no
contact me. I'll
answer.
send you my link. You can book
And,
a call.
and you know what? This is the second time I'm having Deborah. She's such an
Oh
amazing woman.
wow!
Imagine,
And this
and
is the second
Ilona,
time
how many
I'm having Iwana too.
can you believe that?
Yeah, so then she has something to teach us.
Yeah, definitely.
We
It's
just had
God.
to
It's
reach
God,
out.
not me.
We just had to ask, right? We just had to
We
ask.
have asked. You haven't seen your inbox, I think.
Oh,
Hey,
well,
no, so
oh,
last
no,
night,
the
last night
only
I texted
way
my
I
husband.
answer is through
Last
No.
Flock. It's our chat group
two
Flock.
o'clock. 2 o'clock.
It's the only way I answer, guys, because I get thousands of emails every day.
I
And
know.
usually if I don't recognize them, I just delete.
I
Because
know.
I don't have time to go through them, right? So yeah. Just contact
Okay.
me on our private chat group.
Come on, guys, don't be jealous of me.
I know we're proud of you. We're proud of you.
No,
So
I'm just
proud of
kidding.
you.
I'm just kidding. I know I am proud of you, all of you. I'm proud of your achievements. And I am believing God that one day I will get to where you are. And like Lydia said, I'm waiting for you at the top. So
Let's meet at the top.
Yeah.
so one day I pray to God that I will meet you all at the top where you are right now.
Well,
In
thank you
Jesus'
for
name.
considering
With
us.
your help, I'm happy. I'm really happy that you came. I'm happy of what you have shared today. I'm praying that all those who are able to come in, we have Mishak Belfon join us. Mishak, you're welcome. That they have gained as much as I have gained from this conversation. The whole purpose of my putting together this is for us to learn. Those of us that are new, to learn the steps you took that got you to where you are. And I'm not disappointed. I'm
Thank
happy
you.
that you gave it all your best and you gave us what we need. We might be reaching out to you individually. I hope you don't mind to answer our questions when we throw one at you. I know you're all very busy, but please do take 1 minute to respond to whatever questions we throw at you. So I'm going to let you go. We have actually exceeded my 1 hour my 1 hour limit, but it's okay. I enjoyed every bit of it, and so if maybe I should make it 2 hours.
We have a live workshop tonight, guys. Today is Thursday, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
one is
Oh,
hosting.
then you guys are welcome to sign up and to watch us live if you haven't already. So please sign up right now, and then a personal link will be sent to you. And if you can't make it live, a replay link will be sent to you as well to watch at your own comfort, So thank you guys for having us. Thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you,
thank you so
Uzo,
much.
Deborah,
Thank you
Everyone.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
and
Bye.
Ivana. May God bless
See you
you
this
so
evening.
Thank
tremendously.
Yeah.
you.
See you. Thank you.
Bye.
And to our viewers, you have heard everything our guests said here today, and I hope they are going to help you a lot. That you were really taking notes, because you need the notes. I took some notes also. So until next time, we will say
Bye.
bye and love
Bye
Bye.
you.
bye.